Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Hollywood After Dark. It's the end of November and almost the beginning of the last month of 2022. And tonight, we're going to be talking about some good films coming out in 2023 and what I believe might be the film of the year, motherfucking Cocaine Bear. All right, folks, let's dive in. And then also a very special Hollywood After Dark presentation announcement right fucking now. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. Like I said, it is, of course, the end of the month. It's been a long month, it feels like to me. Because this month has been, like, really long and really interesting, and there's been a lot of good things that have come out. You know, I just got done watching Slumberland on Netflix with my kids. I wasn't too sure about the movie based upon the trailer. Was really kind of unsure about some of the dodgy effects, because some of the green screen is a little apparent, and, you know, it looked a little kind of whatever. And, you know, obviously it was a take on the old character of Nemo. I have a theory about that, but of course I enjoyed the movie. Really loved Jason Momoa, because that guy, I just love Jason Momoa practically in everything. And I'll be putting up my review over on Patio Commentary. So if you guys haven't checked that out, youtube.com/Patio Commentary is that website, or that channel here on YouTube. It's for reviews and long form commentary. And I just put up my review of Wednesday yesterday, which is funny because today is Wednesday. So Wednesday and Wednesday, yay. But it's up there. Go ahead and check that out. We just hit 500 subs over there, which is awesome. I'm getting closer to the 1,000 sub mark, as well as the 4,000 hours of watch time that YouTube requires in order to get monetized. It's insane, but you know what? It's a grind. It's a grind that I like, but I am definitely excited to dive into next month. There's a lot going on in December that's going to be great film-wise. A lot of good things to cover. Stuff I'm excited about. Big films, small films, you know, and what's whatever else comes along in the process. I know right now Willow is on. I haven't seen it yet. We might actually do that tonight. So I want to talk about that real quick, right? So I know I've got the Hollywood After Dark Premium, which is our channel membership, as well as a Patreon membership, and that does really help to keep the lights on here on the channel, especially with where YouTube is right now. If you guys want to get in on that one for either, I would prefer Patreon only because YouTube doesn't take, there's no 30%, but that's just kind of how it is. But to do the After Dark, that will be happening more often. I've been able to find a way, I believe, to actually do watch parties with you guys, and it won't require you to either be on the Discord or to get bogged down by all of that really, really, really annoying copyright shit. And it's not to say that I'm for violating copyright or anything like that, because I'm not. But I feel like just to have that community, to have it outside of Discord, because not all of you guys have Discord. The link is currently pinned in the chat. If you guys haven't joined that already, great little community over there. A lot of really good, really fine people. But we could do some more stuff and have a bit more fun. So when we try it out tonight, which will be happening right after the show, if you happen to be a channel member for the test, the channel membership, you can go to the community tab, and the link is right there. It's a StreamYard link. So it's right there, and you guys can go on in. If any of you here are Patreon supporters and you're not a channel member, let me know, and I will post that over there before we go live. So that way there's just that going on. So either way, we have a lot to talk to tonight. There is Avatar commentary. I missed that. There's Fallout TV show stuff. Disney at CCXP. Cocaine Bear. Mario Brothers. Night at the Museum. Animated movie coming out next month. It's crazy, guys. There's a lot going on, and James Gunn even dropped probably like a really interesting little update that has a lot of people freaking the hell out. You know what I mean? So there's been a lot going on. I see here in the chat that Willow, the TV show, is not for everyone, apparently. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I love the original, and I want to see what they've done with this. We're going to have to really dive in on that one. So why don't we start off tonight by talking about what I feel is going to be the best film of 2023 right here. Look, I knew this story was going to be a thing. I knew this story was going to be interesting, but I didn't realize how much, after seeing this trailer like 3-4 times, and I've watched it today, how excited I am to absolutely just dive into this movie. Because if you don't know the story, there is a real story here about a drug dealer. We talked about this the other night when James was on the show, but a drug dealer ended up dumping out like 15 million worth of cocaine in Tennessee. A bear ate it, lived for about 5 hours, or 5 minutes, maybe. Either way, like very short. I think it was 5 minutes before he died. But during that 5 minutes, that coke-fueled bear would have been the most dangerous apex predator on land. So they took that concept and they extrapolated it. And the extrapolation, just watch this fucking trailer. It's already got 6.8 million views on Twitter today. Just this trailer. This movie is gonna blow up. I cannot wait.
Medic!
Oh, Jesus. What is that?
Beth, we should go.
Millions of dollars worth of cocaine fell from the sky this morning in Knoxville, Tennessee.
There's more of this out there. They dumped it somewhere.
I'm looking for my daughter.
Forest is a dangerous place.
Hey, Henry, check it out. Something got into it. A deer, maybe.
A lot of cocaine was lost. I need you to go and get it.
No, don't eat that, don't eat that. Let's see what kind of effect that has on us.
The bear, it fucking did cocaine. A bear did cocaine.
There was a bear.
A bear?
It was far.
Hey, that's inappropriate.
You're safe. Bears can't climb trees.
Of course I can.
Higher, baby.
Oh, shit.
Get higher, baby.
It kind of seems like the thing that stays with a man forever.
Apex predator. High on cocaine. Thought it was mine. Oh man, you fucked.
What the fuck is wrong with that bear? Shoot it, man! Bear, speed up!
Get higher, baby. And don't ever come down.
We have such good luck in nature.
Yo, that looks absolutely fucking bananas. Oh man, I cannot wait. Just the fact that he disemboweled that guy, dismembered that guy, and then did a line off of his leg is just amazing. Goober here says, holy shit, this looks amazing. It really fucking does. Absolutely. Tales from the Hood here says, yes, goddamn right. Jimbo says, this looks great. Fuck yeah, it does. Ryan here says, Rip Ray Liotta, obviously 100%. That pure cinema, says Nathan Boatwright. Completely agree. Garrick asking, did Elizabeth Banks direct this? She did. She absolutely directed that movie. I was really surprised at that, to be honest with you. I was kind of like, wow, okay, like that's a thing. Like, I mean, she did one of the Pitch Perfect movies, and then Charlie's Angels, which was one of those ones where, quite frankly, I don't know, man. Like the Charlie's Angels thing was just not a lot of people dug it because of the marketing. The marketing was really not great, but man, That just looks amazing. It's a ripoff of Cocaine Wolf. It's not a ripoff of Cocaine Wolf. Garrick asking, will it do better than Charlie's Angels? Yeah, 100%. Phil Lord and Chris Miller are actually producers on the movie. So I'm absolutely 100% on board with this one. She needs a win after Ghostbusters. Who does? Elizabeth Banks? What did she do with Ghostbusters? She didn't do anything with that. John here saying anything is better than Charlie's Angels. Zach here says, I can see it now. Top 3 movies to 2023. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Cocaine Bear. I mean, yeah, maybe. Who knows? Multiverse of movies here. Isaac here says, take my money. I'm going to watch this movie every day till I die. Cocaine Sweep. Absolutely, dude. That, look, for one, the marketing on that movie is just going to be basically like, there's a bear high on cocaine. It's like Jaws in the forest if Jaws was a bear. It's a land shark, essentially. And a whole bunch of people are going to die. I guarantee you the body count. I did see a comment earlier talking about the effects. The effects aren't done yet. Obviously, the effects aren't going to be done yet because they're still, editing the movie, finishing it up. This is just the first trailer. The effects will look better by the time the movie comes out. But even if the effects are if that's what the effects are, I'm actually okay with that. It's not that it's bad, right? It's not that it's bad. It's okay. It's fine. Reed here saying, I'm surprised Kevin Smith isn't attached to it yet. Yeah, man. It's a fucking, he would be, I think, but it would have been weed, not cocaine. It would have been a little bit different. It would have hit a little bit different if he was. They actually put out a teaser today for a movie called Wrong Reasons. And it's like a punk rock movie or whatever, right? And I don't know, the trailer, he's executive producer of it, but the trailer didn't really wow me. We might check it out a little bit later. It's on his YouTube page. Garrick here for Fob Bones, thank you very much. Asking, did you see Geeks and Gamers freaking out over Peach in the Mario trailer? Do you think he's genuinely upset? I did see that. I didn't watch it until today. Because I didn't see the trailer until this morning, to be honest with you. I was not in a good mood last night. I did not want to stream last night. I was like, fuck it, I'm just not going to deal with it tonight. So there's that. But so I didn't watch the trailer until this morning, and he's upset because Princess Peach is protecting her people and she's not a dainty little flower. Did that motherfucker play Super Mario Brothers 3? Has he played motherfucking Smash Bros? Which obviously is going to be referenced in that. I mean, Mario Kart, she's a badass in Mario Kart too. I did quote tweet, I forget someone talking about that. I did quote tweet someone talking about that, and I said, I weep for his daughter because, if you know anything about Jeremy Griggs, Jeremy's got a daughter. She's a teenager as far as I understand it. I don't know anything else about her. I don't care to know anything else about her. But when I bring that up for very, very, very specific reason. And that has everything to do with the fact that either his daughter knows that he doesn't actually think that way, or his daughter doesn't know. And when she learns, that's going to cause a rift, because I don't think any daughter can ever look at the things that if any daughter looks at the things that their dad says about women and minorities, and anytime a woman is in a position of authority or a position of power, or the lead in a story, or, beating up men in a movie that's not real, it's make-believe, it's fake, it's fictional, it's simply a figment of an imagination, and he gets upset about that. Just imagine what he actually says about people like Nancy Pelosi, who's actually in power, or was in power. She's no longer the leader of the Democratic House. But there's things that you have to ask yourself these questions. You really have to ask yourself, how fucked up of a parent do you have to be to continuously say those things about the gender your daughter identifies as? That's my question. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I don't think he's genuinely upset, but he does know, Garrick, that people out there are going to believe that he is. And those people are the troglodytic audience that watches content unironically. And then also here, Ryan, thank you, buddy, for $2, says, Cujo, eat your heart out. That's right. That's right. So it's going to be fun. Are we getting a Rise of the Beast trailer tomorrow? It doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me if we get a Guardians one as well. I mean, we're going to get a lot of trailers before Avatar simply because it's going to be the biggest movie, for like the next few months. So I think it's going to be a big thing. But all right, here, I want to get to the Mario Brothers trailer, but there's something else that I want to talk about real quick. And this is the trailer for Night at the Museum, right? This is the animated movie that they're doing on Disney Plus, which comes out here pretty soon. And I just want to get your guys' take on this because I watched the trailer already. It looks interesting. I'm not too sure how I feel about Zachary Levi replacing Ben Stiller as the dad for the voice, but it makes sense because why would Ben Stiller, I guess you could say, lower himself to something like, oh no, he did the Madagascar movies. So he'll lower himself if the paycheck there is good, but I'm not too sure. And then, but apparently the director of this movie worked pretty close with Sean Levy, and who directed the other 3 films. So I'm going to be intrigued to see what happens. Here, let's take a look at this.
Holy cow! Look at this place! The acoustics are amazing! Yeah. Ah! I'm awake! Ah!
2 minutes and 2 seconds. That's a new record, everyone.
You gotta stop scaring the new guys off. I'm leaving for the summer, and I need someone to replace me.
If only there were a fine young gentleman with your last name.
Why do you guys keep insisting that I hire my son?
He knows the secret of this place.
A night guard? I'll just mess it up. When have you ever messed anything up? Everybody!
Night guard! Yeah!
Want me to unwrap it for you?
That won't be necessary, Nicholas. I am a master swordsman.
Maybe you could just rip the corner a little. Just one more thing. Don't forget to lock the basement. The basement? Oh no, this is bad. This is very, 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 very...
I, Kamun-Ra, have returned to rule the world.
Which is going to have to wait a sec because my foot's asleep. Meet Seth, the god of chaos.
Hey.
Shouldn't you have a scarier name? Like... Ah! Okay, Seth works. Ah, grab my hand. That's your hand.
Should be smooth sailing from here.
Looks like this place is booby-trapped.
Get me out of here!
Get me out of here, please, is how we say it like a big boy.
I'm just a stupid kid who's in way over his head.
When I was 18, I led the French army to victory over the English.
And I was only 14 when I led the Lewis and Clark expedition.
And Law discovered fire when he was 11.
Fire burn.
I know the feeling.
All right. Look, I'm not too sure how I feel about that overall. I'll definitely check it out. But that fire burn and then Joan of Arc saying, I know the feeling, that's a solid joke. That's a solid joke. I'll give it that. It looks okay. I agree, Music Man. It looks okay. It looks decent enough to watch. It's going to be on Disney Plus. So if you already got Disney Plus, you've already got it. But I do agree with Tales from the Hood here. The animation looks like something on the Cartoon Network. It does. It looks like something, I don't know. It does look kind of cheap, but cheap animation doesn't always mean it's going to be bad. I think we all can agree on that. All right. Some shows out there have really bad animation, but there's, a lot of love there. People will find a look for it. Besides, it's aimed for a much younger audience, and so I'm surprised that RJ says it looks like ass considering this is something he would be like all over normally. So that's kind of crazy. What do I think of the Nightmare at the Night at the Museum movies? I've always enjoyed them. Carla Gugino in the first one, really enjoyed that. Amy Adams in the second one, really enjoyed that. Alice Eve in the third one, really enjoyed that. Although I know I've seen the third one, but it's been a long time. Robin Williams' edition was fantastic. the having Owen Wilson and oh God, what's the guy's name who plays Octavius? I forget his name right now. I've been kind of blanking on names recently, which has been kind of bothering me. But you know, there's a lot of good actors, a lot of good characters that pop up in those movies, and I enjoy them. I do. I think they're fun. I think they're just kind of like, it's a fun concept. I don't really know where you take it, which is probably why they decided to do the fourth movie as an animated feature. I mean, again, this is coming off of the Fox merger. So Disney is just like, how do we quickly crank out one of these projects? Because remember, they did Home Sweet Home Alone, and it was like, what is this? You know, and it's like, this is okay, they did it. And they don't really know what to do with a lot of Fox properties. Look at Ice Age. Ice Age got The Adventures of Buck Wild, which was just like low budget stuff there. Obviously, they bought it for the catalog. I still say that they bought Fox predominantly for X-Men. If you want my honest take, I've been saying that for years. I stand by it because I feel like that's the only real property that they've invested a fair amount of money into. That being said, the Prey was good. They are apparently working on another, you know, Alien movie for Hulu. And they've been focusing quite a bit of the Fox stuff over on Hulu, which makes sense because that is geared for a more adult audience. So there's good stuff to watch over there. I just have to go and, wow, God, they just raised the price on both Disney Plus and Hulu. So I have to go and consolidate in order to do that, which just is like really freaking annoying. Anyway, as for like, you know, anime is cheap. Well, hold on. John says here, anime is cheap to make compared to profit. Not exactly. I mean, like, look, if you've got a manga that does pretty well, then you can find a way to, like, you know, put that into an anime and have it make a fair amount of money out there. Okay, Steve Coogan, thank you very much. I knew it was Steve something. I was just blanking on the last name. But this is great. Yeah. Brandon here says the Bob's Burgers movie was great on Fox. It was considered one of the bigger bombs of the year. But then again, when they released it, like what, like 2 whole years after it was supposed to come out. So, you know, but no, I watched it on Hulu, and I love the Bob's Burgers movie. We in fact, we were singing the opening song today as I drove my kids to school. So, who are people talking about Michael Bay Burnout? Who's talking about Michael Bay Burnout? No one's who. I don't. How did we even get to Michael Bay? Michael Bay has nothing to do with the new Transformers movie, as far as I understand it. And I'll watch a trailer, but I don't care. Bumblebee was bad enough. I don't need anything more. So, you know, McLeoder says, just got a little bit late, but Cocaine Bear looks weapons grade insane. I love that Scott Seiss is in it. He's legit fucking funny. Is that the dude with the mustache? Is that the guy that does those great TikToks? If it's him, that right there already had my money before anything else with the movie. Like, I saw him, if that's what I'm thinking of, and I saw him in the trailer, I was really into it. Garrick here for $2. Thank you, buddy. Says, would you be interested in a Die Hard reboot? I mean, like, there's an inevitability of it happening, especially with Bruce Willis being in the position that he's in. I don't think he's gonna like contest it. I don't necessarily know what is going on with the rights because the guys who wrote the original story, wrote the script, they filed a suit a while back to vacate the copyright or vacate the trademark that Fox had. Then it became Disney because like a certain amount of time had passed, and I don't know if Disney's going to move on that. I know that the guys behind Predator did the same thing, but I don't know if Prey was already in development before that happened. Those are a couple of things I haven't looked into. I know that they happened, but I just don't know the outcome. Honestly, because I just never saw anyone talking about it. So I would say, God, at the end of the day, no, I don't want a Die Hard reboot, but I don't have any control over that. And honestly, if I said I wouldn't go see it, I'd be fucking lying. So that's the whole thing. Astro Josh, you're asking what happened to the Alien TV show. It's still happening. Still happening. Noah Hawley's show is still going on. I think it should start filming next year. Maybe we'll get it maybe 2024, 2025. It's taking a fair amount of time. Donovan, you're being really negative. He's a producer on it. Well, producer doesn't, I mean, okay, look, man, producer doesn't mean much Bay is not doing much in regards to it, if he's even doing anything at all. Anthony here saying, I thought Hulu was going to merge with Disney Plus. Well, they have a bundle you can get, and the bundle is like $20 for Disney Plus, Hulu with no ads, and ESPN Plus. Right now I pay $8 for Hulu, or $8 for Disney Plus, or whatever it is for Disney Plus. Plus, like, I think it's like $14 for Hulu no ads, because I never merged them. So if I actually merge the two of them together, I save myself a couple bucks a month. So yeah, but eventually Hulu and Disney Plus will merge. It's just when Comcast gets out of the way, which should be 2025 at the latest. So, anyway, Bumblebee greater than Evolution. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Simon? What are you saying? How is Bumblebee better than Evolution? For one, they're two vastly different types of films. I don't even know what. And dude, fucking Ivan Reitman directed Evolution. What are you talking about, man? Oh my god. That's such a. I don't even know what you're trying to say there. Shifty Gizm here says, Die Hard reboot with new character played by David Harbour. I mean, that would be okay. I was going to try to go see Violent Night tomorrow night, but we are dealing with a snowstorm. So if my power goes out while I'm streaming, that can happen tonight and tomorrow night, by the way. So I'm kind of stuck, which sucks. So let's see. I have to admit that Bumblebee is better than some of the Transformer sequels. Yeah, but that's like saying, like, some shit is better than another shit. All right. No, fuck off, RJ. No, it's not. Bumblebee is not better than Evolution. It's not better than Evolution. Like, it's not. Dude, Evolution has got David Duchovny, Julianne Moore, Orlando Jones, Sean William Scott. It's a really funny fucking comedy. Bumblebee, I'm going to block you, Donovan. Bumblebee is cinema. Don't come to my live stream and turn it into a house of lies. Okay? Don't come here and turn it into a house of lies. That's bullshit. You know it's bullshit. That's absolute crap. You know it's not real. That's a lie, and you know it. And you're just you're out here just spreading rumors and gossip. Would I be down though for a Die Hard TV show? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I don't know what they would do with it, but I'd be okay with it. I mean, like, look, Bruce Willis at this point is gonna, like, he's gonna sell off his likeness, so they could de-age Bruce Willis and then give us like a deep fake Die Hard. You know what I mean? Because that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen in the next couple of years. We're gonna get a movie. We're gonna get like a sequel to a movie or a prequel to an old movie that's gonna have a likeness in the voice of the actor, and they're gonna like do the whole thing mocap, and then they're just gonna deep fake it, and that's what's gonna happen. It's so funny too, because in the book Ready Player One, actually, the final game, the final clue, the final riddle, so to speak, in Ready Player One, to get the last clue for the egg, the last key, was actually to go into the movie War Games. And it was like a holographic recreation of War Games inside of the Oasis. And it's funny because they kind of did a little bit of that in the movie by going into The Shining. But in the book, they had to go in and like watch the movie, like live the movie, play the movie out. And that was what they did to get the final key. And, I always thought that was really interesting when I was reading the book, because I'm like, yeah, the interactive movies like that are eventually going to be a thing. With deep fake technology doing as well as it's doing, people are just going to go into that. I mean, eventually, again, Hollywood is going to have to adapt or die, which means that, I know we talk about like, oh, movie theaters, and we talk about all this stuff and all this shit, right? But let's be fair. Let's be real. I think we have to be real here. The age of movie theaters is altering, is changing, is becoming something new. And I say that not like as like a something that I want, because I just love going to the theaters. But you know what? The audiences have changed. You have mobile devices, interactivity, on everything now. Theme parks are going to have to really adapt to that. You've got augmented reality. You've got virtual reality. There's elements at play that these companies are going to have to do. Disneyland in the next 50 years is going to alter it to where they have interactive rides, but it's going to be fully immersive interactive rides. You know what I mean? Like the concept of Westworld is something that could eventually happen, but probably won't for a long period of time. But having the idea of going into a virtual world that would be like that is something people are working on. Like the metaverse, doesn't matter how shitty it is right now, it will eventually get to where they want it to be. And this is just where movies are going to have to go, right? Eventually what's going to happen is a new movie is going to drop and you're going to put on your virtual reality headset and you're going to sit back in your chair and you're going to have your nice comfort Bose, headphones. You're going to have a nice crisp 8K resolution screen right in front of you. And you're going to be able to sit there and look over and there's going to be your friends and you're all going to be together in a theater watching a movie. And it's going to be such an immersive, interactive experience that going to the theater and actually doing it on your own is going to be something that your grandparents did. That is where it's going. And you can actually do that right now. If you have an Oculus Quest or you have a VR headset, you can get the theater experience and watch these movies right on your screen from the comfort of your own home. And I know people that do that all the time. And that's how they prefer to watch movies now, because in their mind, they're tricking their brain into that experience without ever having to leave their house. And that is one of the biggest things that's going to kill theaters. It's one of the biggest things that's going to hurt. And I know people out there, they don't want to ever believe me when I talk about this, right? I get a lot of pushback when I talk about this. No, the theaters, I'm like, theaters have to adapt or die. All right. And if they don't want to add the interactivity themselves, they should do trivia night. Theaters should do trivia night before a movie. Regal has this really great thing right now. They have a $5 mystery movie, and the $5 mystery movie is an upcoming new release, but it's $5. You don't know what it is. You go there and you go see it. That's actually really cool because that adds a little bit of interactivity. It's a little bit of mystery. You don't quite know what you're going to get. You don't know what it's going to be. And if you don't like it, you're only out $5. But it's an interesting way to get people to go to the cinema because people are still having trouble going outside of big budget movies. And I think Hollywood understands this. Netflix. Remember, we talked about Knives Out. And it was estimated to do 12.8 million in 670 some odd theaters. It did 15 million in those theaters. And the theaters were just like, hey guys, can you keep it in theaters a little bit longer? And Netflix is like, no. Now that has probably a lot to do with, contracts that they've already previously, come to and everything else. But even reports yesterday were saying Netflix is potentially leaving $200 million on the table by not doing this, at a time when they're absolutely in need of some way to inject new revenue into their system while they focus on so I was reading an article Ben Affleck had talked about in Netflix, and he called it an assembly line. And what he was generally referring to was just everything. It's just bam, bam, bam. Stuff's just coming down the assembly line. It's just coming out. And if you really look at Netflix, in the first kind of the last couple of years when they got into the originals game, it was a lot like that. It still is like that. And so that was kind of the first wave of streaming. The first wave of streaming was the quantity to fill the library, to get people subscribed, to keep them from churning. And then now phase 2 comes the quality. And Netflix is hit or miss, right? Netflix is hit or miss on their originals, quite frankly. But, Hulu's been knocking it out of the park. Surprisingly, Shudder and its streaming has been knocking it out of the park, and there's a lot going on in the streaming world. But then again, as an aside to that, you get stories like Terrifier, which the sequel came out. It went to a couple theaters, did okay. Word started to spread. There was interest growing. They expanded it to more theaters and more theaters and more theaters, all completely unrated, not MPAA approved, completely bypassed that bullshit. And it went on to do $10 million. This was a $250,000. And as I found out today, I didn't know this. It was a crowd-funded movie. that there was an Indiegogo to get Terrifier 2 made. It took them 3 years to do it, but it paid off with a $10 million theatrical haul. And who knows what it's made on PVOD. And the DVD comes out here pretty fucking soon. So they're going to make a lot of money off of that. You know, and that's something that, like, this is a time for smaller auteurs to get these films out there in a way that when there is a vacuum of content for theaters, that theaters could use to try to inject new business in. If they're not going to adapt in regards to having some kind of interactivity or some kind of new model that is going to make it where it really invigorates the general audience outside of these big movies, then they're fucked. Because I'm sorry, $26 for 3D IMAX of Avatar per ticket is insane in some theaters. It's absolutely fundamentally insane. When you go to an IMAX, most of the time, what you're getting is just a fixed up theater. It's a FOMAX. It's not even like it's not traditional stadium seating. It's not the biggest screen that you could get. It is what it is. And theaters need to adapt. You know what I'm saying? And that's just where we are. That's absolutely just where we are. But I do want to, talk about, okay, Jess here says, we need more anime in the theaters. I mean, that's true. Anime does well for about a week. It does well for about a week, you know? So there's that. Davey here mentions Violent Night. Violent Night comes out this week. It's estimated for an $8.8 million weekend, right? Whereas Black Panther is going to drop to 25 million. You know what I'm saying? Ralph's Double Tits here says, Terrifier 2 saved the slasher genre in theaters. Now we're seeing small films like The Mean One and Blood and Honey get big releases. Yeah. I mean, The Mean One and Blood and Honey were going to be VOD, and now they're going theatrical. So I'm definitely excited for that. Music Man here says, comedy needs to make a comeback. I agree, but there's got to be a good comedy. I think part of the issue, I really do. I think part of the issue is that a lot of people are afraid of comedy, right? I think a lot of people are really, really, really afraid of where to take things because they are afraid of being too edgy. You know? Like they're really, really, really afraid of being edgy and making those kind of jokes. And I'll tell you, just, you know what, at this point in time, fuck it. Just do it. You know what? Because maybe I shouldn't say this. Maybe I'll get in a little bit of trouble. I don't know. But when I say it like that, what I traditionally mean here, and by the way, Ryan, I see your super chat, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. I'll get to that here in a second. But when it comes to comedy though, look at Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle came out, did a 15-minute set on SNL. It was really, really, really funny, but everyone attacked it for being anti-Semitic. Everyone attacked it for that. They wanted him canceled. They wanted him gone. But guess what? It brought in 4.8 million live viewers to SNL, something that hasn't happened in quite some time. Actually, ever, right? Ever. Dave Chappelle is the biggest draw for SNL. So he goes out there and he makes this joke. And then you listen to the commentary and a lot of people are really upset about it. And you know what? Like he made some good points. He made some bad points. He's just telling jokes, but people are furious at him for not falling into line with what they believe people should do. You know, and that is where, like, as much as I'm a lefty, that's the thing I hate about the left, man, is the left and nuance fucking just, they lose each other. And the right and nuance do the same thing, just on a different side of the spectrum. Like they're both idiotic when it comes to trying to like understand what people are trying to say, or taking a moment without reacting to try to figure out what it is they're trying to say. But everybody on social media wants their pound of flesh, right? Everyone on YouTube wants their pound of flesh. You know, I logged into YouTube yesterday. This is one of the things that pissed me off. I logged into YouTube yesterday. I looked at my home feed and it was just nothing but hatred. Channels I don't even fucking watch, right? It was just like, everything is bad. Everything is terrible. And then when you get inundated with that, you want to know why comedy is dead is because no one's making funny things really. You know what I mean? Like in ways that you're going to get in like comedy movies and stuff. Anymore, really, it feels like you get comedy shows, right? Those are some stuff, but then everyone out there just wants to shit on everything. no one's out there to try to unironically enjoy something, you know? And that's kind of where it was. Like I said, I watched Paws of Fury. I went into it thinking this is probably going to suck. And it's actually something I really, really, really love because it very much copies a movie, or I should say, I don't want to say copy, but pays homage to a movie that I truly, truly adore. And so as a result of that, I was laughing my ass off all the way through, you know? I watched Big Mouth season 6, laughed my ass off all the way through. Watched freaking Paradise PD, laughed my ass off. Trying to get into Inside Job, that's been a little bit difficult for me. But there's shows out there that I like that are funny, you know? But again, I like edgier comedy. I think edgier comedy for me is what I'm looking for. I want things like The Hangover, which I felt, I don't want to say necessarily pushed the boundaries, but it played in a space and it played there really well. You know, and that's kind of the problem is like, I think the last, like, I can't even tell you the last funny movie I went to go see in theaters. God. Oh man, I can't even tell you. Maybe it's been a long time, 7-8 years, somewhere in there. I don't quite know. But yeah, but here's the thing is, Garrick says hatred sells 100%. 100%. Look at the fact that the Mario trailer came out. Okay. And, you know, Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers, attacks the fact that Peach is, you know, wielding an axe, and that gets clipped out and put on social media, and it gets seen by over 100,000 people, 150,000 people last I saw how many views that clip had. And then he makes a video and he goes like, they want me gone. Right. And it's just like, he'll be like, I'm just making a comment. He just downplays it. But then he does that for his audience, and then he makes more money and still continues to spread the same message. And because it's Jeremy who will always double down on that shit, just like Ryan Kinnell does, it just spreads more fucking hatred. It's one of the reasons why it's like I enjoy doing Chud Watch every once in a while, but it's like unless you're going to refute point for point, it's almost goddamn fucking pointless. Because it's just people don't care anymore, man. People just do not care. Okay. Oh, I see here. RJ here says that Jeremy clip is now at 600,000 views, close to 700,000 views. Exactly. Nihilist, you're right. It is 100% cringe. Very true. Jeremy is. Luke here says, I watched all 3 Harold and Kumar movies a little while ago, and I miss those type of movies. I'll tell you this, man. I hate the first Harold and Kumar, but the second one, Escape from Guantanamo Bay, I love it. I don't know what it was. I didn't care for the first one, but I really liked the second one. I don't quite know. I'm just saying it's all kind of crazy. Rational asking, what would happen if Richard Pryor was still alive and doing stand-up shows? You know what? I think he would handle it in a way. Richard Pryor, here's the thing, man. It's like the thing with Chappelle went away for a long time, out of the public spotlight. And, you know, when that happened, like there was a lot, society kind of moved on from Chappelle. I think if Chappelle had stuck around and like adapted with where society was going, he would be a different comedian. Not to say he'd be better or be worse. He would just be different. Same with Pryor. But again, look at Carlin, man. We go back to these old Carlin quotes from fucking 30, 40 years ago that they still ring true today. But, you know, and like you get some, pretty funny, there's some good comedians out there that are doing some really good social commentary stuff, but they're never going to reach the level of Carlin. To get to that upper echelon, that upper 1%, it takes a long time to get there, right? It takes an absolute long time to get there. We'll have to wait and see. But let me just bring up this very generous super chat from Ryan Hartwell. Thank you, Ryan. It says they should at least start with the first book, The Detective. Oh, talking about Die Hard. Start with the first book, The Detective, which starred Frank Sinatra in the original, and then do an accurate adaptation of the sequel, Nothing Lasts Forever, which is what Die Hard is based on. Yeah, they should. They really, really, really should. I think that that would be the right way to go if they were going to reboot Die Hard. Because, well, at that point, is it really rebooting Die Hard? Not really. It's something else entirely. But if those books are good, they could be done as TV shows too. You know, they could be done as TV shows, and I think that would be okay as well. I think we're kind of in this golden age of streaming, you know, in regards to these shows. I mean, look at Wednesday, right? Wednesday just came out last week and racked up more minutes viewed than Stranger Things 4, and that's massive. That's absolutely massive. And yet Netflix still has not greenlit season 2. It's coming though. The popularity of that show is going to guarantee that we're going to get about 3 or 4 seasons out of it. I'd say 3 at the very minimum. 4 is what they had talked about. And I think 4 would be a good number to do. Again, hopefully they're already working on that, getting some scripts done, and then, getting us ready to move on. But yeah, I agree with you. That'd be great to dive into the detective novel and go from there. King of Golden asking, did I watch Rocky? No. No. Says that. JP here says, Jeremy Ashley got destroyed by his fans for hating Andor. Really? Surprised. It's crazy. Ralph here says, surprised. I thought Jarbo would love Go to White Castle. You know what it is, man? It's like Go to White Castle is really, really East Coast humor, and I'm a West Coast guy. I'm a West Coast dude. So it's a little different. We don't have White Castles on the West Coast. So for me, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle didn't have any kind of cultural resonance. It's the same thing as if there was a movie that came out of Texas called, Harold and Kumar Go to Whataburger, it wouldn't mean shit to me. But if all of a sudden they came out and they're like, Harold and Kumar Go to In-N-Out, then I can get it. You know what I mean? There I would have that cultural significance to that particular chain. Whereas Guantanamo Bay, really touched upon broader global issues, as well as Rob Corddry just fucking going wild in that movie. And the fact that they got David Krumholtz wearing a shirt that says I Heart Smegma was just fucking hysterical. and then when Rob Corddry tries to bribe him by pouring pennies on the table, it's like, oh my God. When that movie came out, we had it at the drive-in, and I'm watching it with my coworker and our friend, and our friend is super drunk, and we're watching that scene, and I start laughing my ass off, and he just goes, I don't get it. Why is that funny? And I'm like, dude, they're Jewish. And he goes, oh, dude, oh my God, they went there. And that's the thing, is back in 09, 08, 09, back in that time, around the hangover time, that whole they went there was a thing, and I think that's kind of where we kind of find ourselves on this front. What just came out recently that was done by the guy who did Sex Drive? Oh man, I forget, something that just came out. It just came out the other day. It was another legacy movie. What was it? It wasn't oh my God, I forget what it is now, right? But it's Sex Drive was a really funny movie. That came out around 08 and whatever, and that had Clark Duke in it, and it was a total, sex-fueled comedy, but it was really fucking funny. So there's all that stuff. Anyway, all right. So Garrick here says, even edgy comedy on YouTube is dead because of the apocalypse. Yeah, I mean, well, okay, so the problem with edgy comedy on YouTube is that there's still a lot of edgy comedy on YouTube that can do well. You have to just play within very specific rules. And the adpocalypse was a big part of that. But the adpocalypse really had a lot more to do with censoring how people approached topics. I just read a headline tonight that said YouTube plans on investing 13.2, I think, million or billion. I want to double check that number. I might not have that article up anymore. They're gonna inject a ton of money into fighting disinformation. That's what they said, right? Fighting disinformation. If I can find this headline here, just so I make sure I've got it right, because I had it in there. But that's the problem. That's that. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay. So YouTube, Google to invest 13.2 million to help fight misinformation. All right, cool. They're gonna sit there and they're gonna fight misinformation. Very, very, very cool. How much of that is going to go to misinformation on the culture war? Because that is where the front line of this shit is. Politics is downstream from culture. They want to fight politics. They want to fight COVID misinformation. They want to fight election fraud misinformation. But they're not doing anything to fight pop culture misinformation, society, cultural information. That's the stuff that actually like that very much, like dictates how a lot of this stuff plays out. You know what I mean? Like that's just the way it goes. Like they're not doing anything to fight that. And so people like Nerdrotic and Geeks and Gamers and fucking Ryan Kindle and the Quartering and all those guys that just spew hatred and racism and sexism and bigotry and misogyny and homophobia and xenophobia and all the things that they do all the time, not a fucking peep out of the fucking out of the company, right? And I'm not even saying demonetize them or get rid of them. I don't know what the answer to it could be, but they're definitely not going to fight that misinformation because it's not relevant to them. Even though there's a fucking pipeline. There's a fucking pipeline to this shit now. And it's fucking apparent that there's a goddamn pipeline. It's just sad. It's just really, really sad. Darskipio asking, hey, do you have El Pollo Loco in Washington, Oregon? I don't know if we do have El Pollo Loco. I think we might have El Pollo Loco. Maybe I have one. We just got a Del Taco like last year. All right. And like, I'm loving it. So there's all that. Did I ever see Drill Pit Taylor with Owen Wilson? Hell yeah, dude. That came out I think the month before. That was March 2008. That was right before Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That was during a high time of Apatow produced projects, as well as like Seth Rogen and Judd Apatow working together quite a bit. There's a lot of good movies back then. Fucking Pineapple Express was great. That came out in 2008 as well. There's a lot of good comedies. I want to say like 2008, 2009 was like the last real good time we had comedies there. So, and the culture war isn't real. Bullshit. It absolutely is. No. The culture war is 100% real, Reed. It's 100% real. It is. Dude, come on. I've been living in this world for years. It is 100% real. It is very much, it is because, you have to look and see who's fighting it. The left isn't fighting the culture war. The right is fighting the culture war. But that's what it is. The right is attacking what the left creates because the right cannot create. The right generally does not have, you don't find a lot of great conservative authors or great conservative comedians, or a lot of even great conservative musicians. They go fucking crazy like Ted Nugent and Kid Rock. And I'll fully admit, like Devil Without a Clue or whatever, Devil Without a Cause. I think it was like Devil Without a Cause was Kid Rock's like first mainstream album that had Ba with the Ba on it. Like, I like that album. I actually was listening to it a while back. It popped up on like a shuffle, right? So like, yeah, I still enjoy it, but like Kid Rock is fucking insane. But I'm just saying, it's like, generally speaking, the reason why there's a culture war is because the right is attacking the progressive culture that comes out of the left because they don't actually create anything. There was someone on Twitter the other day that was like, we need to stop funding like lefty content and start making our own. And everyone laughed at him because what happens when you get your conservative shit? You get stuff like My Son Hunter. You get shit like fucking Terror on the Prairie, which they tried to wrap in some kind of weird right-wing conservative vest, but the movie was just a standard Western, a Western revenge film. That was all it is. It was okay. It was all right. It was Home Alone in the Old West, that sort of thing. Gina Carano is not a good actress unless she's got a good director. But the main bad guy was really good. I liked him quite a bit. That's what I'm talking about, though, is like, unless you actually have people that understand, like James Woods is one of the biggest conservatives in all of Hollywood. So why the fuck isn't he out there producing his own content? Right? Like, why isn't Scott Baio doing that? Like, why isn't, Rob Schneider is, but he ends up like really only working with like, I think they're doing fucking The Animal 2. Ooh, and that's going to be producer Happy Madison and shit. That's all I'm saying. It's just like conservative culture only exists to attack the left because they are culturally defunct. They are culturally ridiculous. They don't have it. They just don't fucking have it. Look at Jim Brewer when he's all like his whole anti-COVID mandate fucking comedy bit. It's not funny. It's not fucking funny. There are things you can do to criticize the left, dude. a lot of the left are full of wackadoo nut jobs, 100% wackadoo fucking nut jobs. You know, but it's like nobody, it's just, again, like the left isn't calling them out as they should, in my opinion. But there's just, I don't think there's any such thing as a right wing. Yeah, okay, fine. Jay Leno and Tim Allen are conservatives. That is right. That is absolutely right. All right. But here's the thing with Tim Allen and Jay Leno. They understand the business. Tim Allen will pepper conservative commentary inside of commentary that's also designed to poke fun at the left. They do both sides of it. If you go and you watch Last Man Standing is a great show. I love that show. He was a conservative in a house full of liberal women. Okay. He was a conservative in a house full of liberal women. He would make a joke. They would make a joke. He would make a joke. They would make a joke. And that's what they did. The showrunner of Last Man Standing, super liberal. The crew and the cast, super liberal. Tim Allen was like the only conservative, but they had a good working relationship and they understood the assignment. And if you even watch the Santa Clauses, that pops up as well. They poke fun at the whole thing of like, we can't say naughty or nice anymore. You can't say Merry Christmas anymore. Like, because even like I've talked to my kids' teachers, and they're like, we can't say Christmas. We can't say Halloween. We have to say, happy like fall festival or harvest festival or like happy holidays. Like everyone, the problem is the left is too afraid to anger anybody. The right doesn't give a shit, but they keep attacking. Like, why can't we say Christmas? But it's like, no one's out there saying like, in school, they don't do happy Hanukkah. Even though when I was in elementary school, my first grade teacher was Jewish. And guess what? She did the whole fucking 8 days of Hanukkah stuff with us, taught us about Hanukkah, right? I had a dreidel, and it wasn't ever seen as a negative. It was teaching us about a culture. But the problem though, is that the right only cares about their culture, which is like Judeo-Christianity. And then you've got the left, which doesn't want there to really be any religion, of which I'm generally okay with that. But they also don't want to anger anyone with any particular faith by either showcasing or really giving any kind of placating to anything. Well, they'd placate, but they don't really want to like elevate it. It's such a weird fucking thing. But no, the culture war absolutely exists. And I just laid out why it's happening. Anyway, it is all over the fucking place. I'm sorry on that one. We got off on that one. We definitely, war shouldn't exist. No shit. But humans are selfish and everyone wants to covet resources. All right. Like, I'm just saying, it is a dumb back and forth. You're right, Music Man. It's a very dumb back and forth. So let's move away from the dumb back and forth. Jeremy Griggs just dropped a video on his take on Mario trailer. That's not something I generally care about. Did I see the picture of James Gunn next to a Confederate flag? Yeah, I did. It was another one of his themed parties. I don't care. I don't care. I literally do not give a shit. I don't fucking care at all. Like, period. I just don't give a shit. Because it's the same thing with like the party. They go, he held pedo parties. Yeah, he was dressed as why is it that no one ever comments on the fact that like he was dressed as a Catholic priest, making fun of the fact that they rape and abuse children at an alarming rate. The Catholic faith, the Catholic Church rapes and abuses children and then like shuffles the fucking priesters around, the fathers around, in order to make sure that they don't fucking, they can continue doing it while they look the other fucking direction. All right. Look at, James Gunn. Yeah. But look what he was making fun of before you fucking run at me with this fucking crazy bullshit without ever understanding the nuance of what it was that he was attempting to do. He's making fun of shit. That's what that whole thing was. Again, edgier content way back in the day. People made fun of that stuff. That's what they're doing, is they're making fun of it. But again, the left doesn't want to understand that. And the right is using it as a cudgel to beat lefties over the head with because of all that. They tried that even with Justin Trudeau out of Canada because he wore blackface. They tried canceling him over that. Ralph Northam out of fucking Virginia. They tried canceling him over that. Fucker just backed his fucking shit and moved on with this fucking day. And you know what? At the end of it, the left lost interest and they fucking moved on. And Northam served out the rest of his fucking term. And now they got some new fucking guy who's a huge piece of shit, but like whatever. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Right? You know? That's all about, yeah, exactly. And crickets from the religious right. Now Undead Danny here says, you're right about the Catholics, but the Scouts did the same thing. And the Muslims, little boy. I mean, look, here's the thing. I was in the Scouts for a long time. I was in Tiger Cubs, Cub Scouts, Weeblos, Boy Scouts, and had a great time with the Scouts. In my pack, in my troop, we never had any problems. So I can't speak to any of that directly, but I did hear things like that happen, and 100%. But there was also at the time, having a gay Scout troop leader was something that was attacked by the right, claiming that there was going to be molestation. As far as I can recall, and I haven't looked into it, so I can't be quoted as a reliable source on this. I want to make that abundantly clear. I don't recall there being a gay Scout leader molesting kids. I don't recall that. If it happened, it happened, and please someone educate me, because I'd like to know that stuff. So I have an updated argument. I have updated information to form an opinion. But there are problems, right? What about female genital mutilation that happens in Islam? It's happened in Minnesota, right? I think there's 14 cases out of Minnesota where it happened, and whatever. The right gets mad about that, but because it's bathed in xenophobia, it's the left won't talk about it. Right. And also circumcision. No one ever looks at circumcision in our country as being male genital mutilation, which, hey, listen, guys, I know I'm not trying to be fucking on the subject of politics here, but for the love of fuck, cutting off the head, the fucking foreskin is male genital mutilation. And it's done for a multitude of bullshit reasons. Like, for one, religion. Fuck that. Religion's all fucking fake, made up, and stupid anyway. Okay. So that ain't real. There's no reason for that to happen at all, period. It keeps it cleaner. No, it doesn't. Pour some water in that shit. It's a fucking, dude, your dick is like a fucking, it is like almost in some aspects like a self-cleaning oven. That shit will it will build up, and then you can just like fucking pour some water in there. Oh, it's not a self-cleaning oven. That's a bad joke. But you get smegma built up, you can get in there, you can pull the foreskin back, you wash the head of the dick off. It's all fucking good and done. It's all gravy. That's what it is. It's all gravy. It's so easy to clean a dick. It's so easy to clean a dick, right? That's all it is. But no, it's more cosmetic. It's for what? Do you know that women's fucking face cream and hand cream uses enzymes that come out of fucking foreskin? So like the makeup, like the Maybelline, the fucking whatever the fuck other goddamn makeup companies are. They want young boys to be fucking cut. They want young boys to be fucking mutilated in order to be able to put the enzyme into their fucking hand cream, right? To sell back to women. So their skin has a bit more elasticity. It's a fucking profit motivated market as well. And they fucking like bully people into it too. Like, oh, you have a young boy. Are you going to circumcise them? Cause it's just, it just looks better that way. Have you seen a dick in a porno? Let's all be fair. We've all watched porno. We've all seen dicks. All right. A penis is unattractive, whether it is cut or uncut. It's unattractive. It's unattractive. All right. But at the end of the day, it's like, would you rather it be whole or fucking like, having 20,000 nerve endings removed from it? I'm sorry. I'm anti-circumcision. I'm just very anti-circumcision. And now I'm on that rant, and I shouldn't be, but I'm on that rant because I feel it's something we need to talk about more often. Such a crazy tangent. Yeah. We get talking about shit, and I'll go about that one. Right. You sound like a hard right-wing Republican now. It's such a stupid conspiracy theory. Are you fucking kidding me? Look it up. Look it up, man. Look it up. I'm not even making that up. Look it up. Women use it. It gets used in cosmetic hand cream. No, you don't trust the doctors. If they think a circumcision is needed, do it. No, it's not. Go to a urologist and ask him if that's necessary. You don't know. You don't need to go to the doc. No, what the fuck are you talking about? The only time you would go, I forget the term. It's foreskin. Sometimes the foreskin doesn't go back, and like it stays. It doesn't go retract over the head. I forget what the term is called. But you can take like steroids for it, right? Like hydrocortisone cream, and you can apply that. And after a couple of weeks, you can work with it, and you can, because the steroid relaxes the skin, right? So you work to relax the foreskin to be able to then pull it back over the head, right? You have to work at it, right? But it can be done. So no, there's no fucking need for circumcision. The only reason why we have circumcision in this fucking society outside of bullshit religious reasons is because Kellogg, the cereal guy, was like, how do we get young boys to stop masturbating? Oh yeah, let's fucking say it's evil and we're going to cut off the tip of their dick to remove the sensation. Sorry, I'm just saying that's go look up why circumcision is bullshit. Look it up. Look it up. Not even making it. Circumcision is bullshit. It's just look it up. Yeah, Anthony Cheeseman here. It's easy to clean a dick. His name is literally Cheeseman. Dick cheese is the thing. It's not hard. Fucking wash it out. Take a shower every goddamn day, right? You do that shit. Anyway. No, you're paying. No, explain to me what a fucking circumcision would be for. Necessary procedure. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Piss goes everywhere when you're wearing a turtle. That's not even true at all, dude. Here's the thing with that. You ever fucking taken a hose and you put your fucking thumb on the faucet, right? And then you can direct where you want it to go. You can do the same fucking thing with foreskin, dude. No, it's not recommend. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Jesus, see, this is what I'm talking about. Your parents work in the medical field. That doesn't mean that it's accurate, that they're accurate. A lot of that is bullshit. I'm telling you, I'm not even making that up. Right? Like there's nothing that is medically necessary about getting a circumcision. Unless you're fucking, like, they have a procedure called a dorsal cut where if you are unable to remove the foreskin to pull it back, they can do a cut underneath the head, and it's a little dorsal cut, allowing it enough space to be able to pull it back. And this is predominantly used for elderly men who are unable to retract the foreskin. They're having trouble with that, difficulty with that for cleaning. So they can make that incision. It's a permanent thing. It's a cosmetic thing, but it doesn't look great, because you can actually Google that yourself if you want. But that's how they do it. Otherwise, if you can retract the foreskin, there's literally no need. A friend of mine had too much foreskin taken off, and they fucked up his dick. They fucked up his dick with that shit. The guy has actually a lot of trouble finishing. Like, that's been a problem for him his entire life, is he can't get enough sensation to actually, like, it takes him forever because of that. So like, there's no medical need outside of an extreme example that men should have fucking. What happened to all the hundreds of millions of people that preceded the 1920s when that became a fucking thing in this country? That's my question, right? Because all of a sudden everyone out there just got fucking cheese-ridden dick, got bad dick. Dude, come the fuck on, man. Zachary says, anyone who's new to HWAD, these types of conversations are common. Just playing along and get used to it. That is fucking. The American Academy of Pediatrics guidelines state that the health benefits of circumcision in newborn boys outweighs the risk of the procedure for families that choose to not do it. What does that even mean? Outweighs the risk of the procedure for families that choose to not do it. What does that even mean? It's so stupid. So, no, yes, I fully am aware that the removal of the clitoris, yes, which is meant to prevent women from having an orgasm. Remember, women can have orgasms in two ways. They have the external the clitoral stimulation, and then there's the G spot. All right, which is like right on the other side of the pelvis. So there are elements of that. Like, yeah, in no way do I support it, period. I'm saying I know that the two are not fundamentally the same, but it's still child genital mutilation. That's what it is. There's no fucking conceivable purpose, reasoning for it. Because even then, anyway, sorry, I'm getting pissed. I'm just getting fucking pissed off at this shit, you guys. It's fucking, it's just like, it's so ridiculous. Look, if you come at me and you say, that there's valid, like a doctor said, you know what they say? Get a second opinion. All right. Get a second fucking opinion. Okay. At the end of the day, let it out. I'm sorry. Like, I don't fucking agree with fucking circumcising. I don't think so. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's mutilation of children. That's not a right-wing talking point. Literally, like legitimately, there's no necessary reason for it. It's fucking stupid. And it's like, why? Anyway, I don't want to, I'm just getting pissed. Just blame it on geeks and gamers. Yeah, well, here, why don't we actually watch something good? This is here. Go, Mario!
Oh my God, okay.
Not sure if you know who I am, but I'm about to rule the world.
Wow, yay.
But there's one problem. There's a human, has a mustache, just like you.
You think I know every human being with a mustache wearing an identical outfit with a hat with the letter of his first name on it? Because I don't.
Bowser is coming. Together, we are going to stop that monster.
How? Look at us. We're adorable.
Oh, I got this. No problem.
Yes! Come on, Mario! Our big adventure begins now!
Ah! Get it off! Get it off! Get it off!
There's a huge universe out there.
Whoa.
With a lot of galaxies. They're all counting on us. No pressure.
Not gonna lie, guys. Really want to see that. I really want to see that. I think I am. I think that's going to be really good. I think that's going to be really fun. And goddamn, you know what I mean? Like, just goddamn. It's going to take a while for, like, the Chris Pratt voice is still a little bit on the iffy side. You know what I mean? It's still a little bit on the iffy side. I'm hoping that, like, that they've got some other takes that they're still working on. But I'm kind of surprised. Like, I mean, look, I know people aren't happy with it. I think that's still, like, one of the biggest things I've seen. But, like, I don't know, man. Command Unit here for two things, but he says, God damn it, movie Sonic cringe writing. I mean, it's a kid's movie, dude. Like, what do you expect? It's like, it's a trailer. It's a trailer. But yes, I agree. Ozymandias, that this is going to be $1 billion movie. I showed this to my kids. I showed it to my 3-year-old this morning before school, and she really liked it. And then I showed it to my 5-year-old, and she fucking loved it. And she immediately wanted to watch, like, right underneath the recommended on YouTube was like a Mario Kart Hot Wheel video someone had made. So she just wanted to watch more Mario. There was another video we watched. It was like Super Mario Odyssey, but it was modded to have like Super Mario Spider-Man. And she just wanted to watch more Mario. So yeah, I mean, like, look, you're going to have like the Gen Xers and the Gen Zers, right? The Gen Y, the Gen Z, those crowds that are going to go like, oh my God, I've been waiting 30 fucking years, man, to fucking see a Mario movie, dude. That's, hopefully going to be better than the original, even though I do love the original. I've always loved the original. I've always spoken highly of it. People are now coming around to it, which is good, but it's all like, I can say I'm an OG fan, and I've been an OG fan, but And then you got all the kids that grew up with Mario, right? Especially the Mario Kart shit. The fact that they put Rainbow Road in the trailer, very happy with that. I am very happy with that. I love Rainbow Road. So I'm just like excited. I think it's going to be great. There's going to be tons of Easter eggs. It's going to be here's I know we said $1 billion movie. Look, man, I'm thinking this thing's going to pull in well more than $1 billion. All right. Like we're talking 1.5 potentially. I'm going to go as far as to say $2 billion animated movie. This is going to be up there. And if the movie is marginally entertaining, it will have such high rewatchability factor that kids will flock to this fucking thing. So yeah, like it's a month before Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So they're going to have the whole month of April to just slay. And when that happens, I'm hoping Nintendo looks at that and like, hey, all right, cool. Why don't we greenlight a fucking Zelda movie, because they got Breath of the Tears of the whatever the fuck it is, the next Zelda game coming out. And then you've got or Tears, whatever it is, and then they could do, oh yeah, we're going to do a Kirby movie. We're going to do a fucking Smash Brothers movie. We're going to do an F-Zero movie. We're going to do oh my God, just hold on. Sorry. If they took that animation style and they gave us a Star Fox movie, I would cry, guys. I'm not even lying. I would probably end up crying because that would be so cool. That would just be great if we got that. I'm hoping it's going to be very good. just slay queen. Yeah. Ralph here says it's also selling the new area in Universal. That place is going to be packed for a long time. 100%. Oh, that's right. Yeah. A Metroid movie. God. Oh my God. If they gave us a fucking animated Metroid movie, holy shit. That would be great. Moisture here for $2. Thanks, buddy. Says if they make Zelda, should Link talk? Yeah, Link should talk. Look, they're giving us a Mario movie where Mario is going to be talking. All right. So Zelda would obviously be talking. Or Zelda would obviously be talking, but Link would also be talking. But if they were going to do if they were going to do the Legend of Zelda movie, I mean, obviously adapting the original would probably be the way to go. But I'm just going to say, man, I think if you're going to do it, give me A Link to the Past or Ocarina. I think I love A Link to the Past. I think it's the best one that they've done. It's my all-time favorite Zelda game. But I think that Ocarina has the most, probably the easiest time being adapted, right? As well as having that like massive generational appeal, that very mass generational appeal. But if you wanted to know the one I think they should really adapt, really, this is like a very, very, very old game. Wind Waker. The game turns 20 in March, by the way. It turns 20 in March, to give you an idea of how old we all are. Wind Waker turns 20 in like 4 months. Okay. So Wind Waker is going to blow up. That's I'm just saying Wind Waker, just the animation, the story. I mean, the stuff with Tetra was great. I fucking love Wind Waker, dude. It felt like a cartoon back in 2003 when it came out, when I'm playing it on the GameCube. It felt like it was a cartoon. And a living, breathing cartoon that I'm playing. And the game was so good. I love Wind Waker. So yeah, Nintendo, look, I will bitch and moan about Nintendo selling us back our childhood at every chance they get, and all of us always lapping it up by like a bunch of obedient bitches. But at the same time, at the same fucking time, if they gave me those, I would be eternally grateful. Look, man, plus Shigeru Miyamoto just turned 70. All right. Like, let's get this guy to see some of his stuff on the big screen. Can we get a Pikmin movie while we're at it? Can we do that? Can Olimar get his own movie? Can we do a Pikmin film, please? Anyway, that's I do love Nintendo properties, man. I really do. Let's see here. Command Unit here says Up is a kid's movie. I don't know what that's in reference to. But yes, I agree. No, we're not. We can argue about a bunch of stuff, Danny. It's all good. We're all having fun here. Thank you though for that. Reed for 5. Thanks, buddy. Says the Super Mario movie story is like the original show, paying homage to the other Mario stuff. Yeah, it's going to have a lot of Easter eggs. Oh yeah. Oh, all the Yoshis. Someone made a meme today of Dr. Grant from Jurassic Park saying they move in, the whole they move in herds, talking about brontosauruses, and then looking at they move saying that and then cutting to the Yoshis. But yes, the Yoshis, the Bob-ombs are there. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like fucking the Koopas, the Goombas. Like, show me some Goombas. I'll be very happy. The turtles, all that shit, dude. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm really excited for that. Please know I don't want my childhood ruined. I mean, well, to be fair, you know what? Capitalism rules all, buddy. So, prepared for that. Oh yeah, forgot the Donkey Kong Country spinoff. Yeah. Diddy Kong actually is in the back of one of those shots too. So if we got I have a feeling we're going to get a Donkey Kong Country movie. I really have a feeling we're going to get Donkey Kong Country, which would be really cool. Although I don't know, like the whole thing with Seth Rogen, that's going to be kind of weird, to be fair. But what if we got a Luigi's Mansion movie? That'd be fucking dope. Garrick here for $2. Thank you, buddy. He says live action Metroid to beat Larson and Samus. I think that would be the obvious choice, but I don't want a live action Metroid movie. I don't want a live action Mario or Nintendo property. I want an animated. I'm sorry. I even like Halo. Give me like Halo animated and shit like that, right? Like Mass Effect animated, Gears of War animated. Like these are properties that I see animated. I don't need to see them live action. I'm just saying. That's just my thing. Ocarina, but split into 3 movies. What would be the 3 parts? What would be the 3 parts? You could do the 2 parts where he's, young and he's old, but like what would be the 3rd part? Yeah, Wind Waker would be more marketable because of the design. Yeah, Wind Waker is gorgeous. Okay, Jess here says it bring me the animated Star Fox. Well, Jess, you're a member. I'll tell you what we'll do is because we got to get to the After Dark stream here pretty soon. That's going to be going up here as soon as we're done with this. I had it scheduled for 11 p.m. It's 10:55 right now, so we'll go here for a few minutes, talk about the Avatar thing. We'll watch the that Star Fox over there. We'll watch it over there. So that link that is up on the community tab on YouTube. Yeah, Charlize is way too old for Samus. I mean, but she would have been great in like the early 2000s. If they would have done Metroid movie instead of that god awful Aeon Flux, that would have been better. There was a milestone super chat. I missed that one. Sorry, I just saw Command Unit. Fucking the fuck, bro. Oh, okay. Mo asks if I thought of a price to watch Moonfall. We'll talk about that. There we go. Wait, no, Ryan, I got your super chat. The $20 one. I talked about that. Did I miss another one? Hold on, I thought I got all of them. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any. Sorry, buddy, if I did. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I'm so sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry, Ryan. Thank you. It says Peach was pretty badass in the Super Mario Adventures graphic novel. I never read that, but I always enjoyed her quite a bit in the whatever it's called, the fucking the Super Mario Brothers 2, which I know was Doki Doki, whatever the fuck. It's still in my mind, it is still very much canon. Anyway, I just made you a comment. Sorry, that's my favorite comment of the night there. That's my favorite night. Yeah. No, we'll show it on the after stream. So, no, I can't see Mo. I can't see the milestone chats on here. So, sorry for that. Fandom NSLs here says a Mario Kart movie in the vein of Fast and Furious or a Waluigi movie voiced by Jason Statham and The Rock. You know what? Fuck it, dude. If they gave off the same Hobbs and Shaw vibe that they did in the in that, it'd be great. Hell yeah, I'd be okay with that. I'd be very much okay with that. So, all right, let me see here. Mila Jovovich's Samus would rock. You know what, Spherical Man? I don't disagree with you on that, to be honest with you. I actually don't disagree with you on that one. I think she would be really good with that. So, okay, let me just, all right, fuck, there's a couple, I'll just do this one. and then we'll do one last little story here because it's related to the shit that we've talked about before. Okay, so earlier today, James Gunn kind of made an announcement on the Twitters where he says making plans, and clearly showed off the Kingdom Come image here, which is one that's popped up multiple times in the past, and a lot of people have clearly been wanting to see if he's going to do a Kingdom Come storyline. Like it's the thing is though, like they would, looking at like the idea of what it is, right? Like, just that the general plot synopsis here is when Superman goes into retirement after the rise of numerous vigilante heroes who will defend the world against the coming destruction, right? I mean, that's very much an over the top thing, very simplified version of what's happening. Obviously this is a big deal. This is the end of the run sort of thing. And I don't quite know like if they would be able to pull it off in any time soon. Now, but this could be the end of the 10-year plan, right? This could be the end of the 10-year plan. And that's going to be something that I think they could be going for. Now, Plushier says, imagine if it's Kingdom Come addressing Snyder's films. I think it might be. You know what I'm saying here? Now, Mo says you can't fuck up Kingdom Come. I swear to all God goodness. Anthony here says it's too early. Well, but the thing is though, guys, that is something where it's like, look, that could be, like that's the end of the plan. That's the end of the goal is to get there. And then after 10 years, you do a reboot or something along those lines. I don't know. Reed here for 2. Thank you. Says better than Zack Snyder's turkey. God, I'm so happy there wasn't a turkey image this year. Real quick though, Ryan here says a PG-13 animated Metroid movie would be awesome. I completely agree. Would love to see it. Don't know why they haven't done it, but Nintendo just likes to make us, they just like to make us hurt. I think that's really what it boils down to there. But I mean, look, I don't know what James Gunn's got planned, but clearly he's been indicating some stuff, and leading into a story like this is something that I think would give them the opportunity to end out this arc and then to go into what could be seen as a new 52 revival type thing, right? A reboot. They could do Flashpoint, the official Flashpoint or whatever at the end of this and reset everything and then have new actors. I don't know I don't even really know what they, well, Rational here says Kingdom Come is an Elseworld story. Yeah, it is, but they could still find a way to incorporate it. But I think people will be pretty pissed off because they're just tired of Superman being all butthurt, They don't want emo Superman. They don't want little whiny bitch boy Superman. They want motherfucking, kick-ass Superman and shit. I get that. I do. I absolutely get that there. Yeah, I agree with RJ here. Kingdom Come is definitely something they could do at the end of a 10-year plan. I completely agree. Completely agree. Spherical Man here says, and the Metroid movie should have Mother Brain, Captain, and the Game Master style. I mean, yeah, that'd be great, man. That'd be pretty cool if they did that. I think there's a lot like Nintendo can do to just kind of like, to really just kind of bring this stuff out and to give us some cool shit. And in the meantime, I have faith in James Gunn and Peter Safran to bring that all together. So, but on that, guys, it is after 11 o'clock now. It is time to move over to the Hollywood After Dark stream. So if you guys are part of the YouTube channel memberships, the link for that is a private link, but it's in the community tab here on YouTube. And if you are on Patreon and you want in, let me know. DM me on Patreon. I'll send you a direct link. This is just a test episode. We'll see where it goes. If not, I'll be on tomorrow night. Another episode of Hollywood After Dark, guys. Thank you so much. Check it out. Community tab. Become a member right now. Get on in. We're going to be checking out some stuff without YouTube copyright. That's right, folks. Without YouTube copyright. See you guys later.